way to the Las Vegas area. We're staying in Boulder City, and we're going to the Las Vegas area for a couple reasons. One, to see the Hoover Dam, because we all know how Jim feels about dams. Two, to visit family, because we have some family in the area. And three, because for our 10th anniversary, Jim and I went to Las Vegas, and this summer was our 20th anniversary, so it feels fitting to go back.
Hopefully this time everything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Harper turns 10 this year. So Jim had another repair to do today. There was a screw missing in our door latch and the door wouldn't close. So he found a screw on the other door and put it in this door. I don't know. It was another thing we had to fix. It's really messy in here, but also it is very loud. And it's very loud for good reason. And that reason is that it's like 110 degrees here in Las Vegas. And we're just trying to keep the camper cool. So we have the air conditioner going, we have multiple fans going, and so there's just all of this noise. We've been air conditioning it for a while, but even though Jim fixed our air conditioner, there's like not much you can do when it's 110 degrees. Your air conditioner is only gonna lower the temperature of your camper like 20 degrees. So even though it's been running fine, it's still like 90 degrees in here with the air conditioner, maybe 85 since we've added the fans. We have our windows covered in reflectics and sunshades, and everything is dark, and yet it's still really hot in here. Because that's just how life is in summer in Las Vegas. So if you choose to come here, that's just what you get. So we're staying at Canyon Trail RV Park in Boulder City, which I really can't tell you anything about. It seems nice, but we had contactless check-in, and so we just pulled up, grabbed our site number, and then found our site. We haven't checked out the bathrooms or anything, because it's just too hot. People from the Southwest probably think I'm being ridiculous, but we're from Pennsylvania. Like, we're not used to these temperatures, and so this is how we feel about it. What'd you do? Did you drop some poutine? Okay, so if you go to the Best Western in Boulder City, there is a restaurant called The Tap, and inside is a nice bar, and the bartender Robert is great, and their food was really good. Okay, so our first stop this morning is going to be the Hoover Dam. Okay, we're headed up to see the Pat Tillman Bridge. The Mike O'Callahan Pat Tillman Bridge was built to reduce traffic going across the Hoover Dam. Completed in 2010, it was named for Nevada Governor Mike O'Callahan and Pat Tillman, an NFL player who left the league to enlist in the U.S. Army and was later killed in Afghanistan. So when we were here 10 years ago, this bridge was finished, but you couldn't walk across it. Walking across the bridge is a great way to get your first glimpse of the Hoover Dam. There's the bridge. The bridge.
Look at this ridiculousness. They used liquid nitrogen to cool down the concrete so they could pour it without it overheating.
So Jim and I, when we were in Las Vegas 10 years ago, we did an excursion where we took a bus ride to tour the Hoover Dam. So we have done this tour, but the kids have never been here. So that's why we're coming here to the Hoover Dam. So we're parked on the other side of the dam from the visitor center because we don't think our truck will fit in the visitor center parking lot. We think it's too tall.
So that way when the water was too high, it would run over here, fill this and go through these tunnels and come out way below the dam. So that way none of the water would go over.
Yeah, but the water's never too high anymore.
Like I said, I don't think this has overflowed since the 80s.
Yeah. The Hoover Dam is 1,244 feet long at the top and 726 feet high from the lowest point of the foundation to the crest. It is 660 feet thick at the base and tapers to 45 feet thick at the top. Unfortunately, the educational portion of the visitor center was closed, so the only way to really learn about the dam was to take one of the tours.
We're going on the dam tour.
To build the Hoover Dam, job one, move the water around the construction site. To do that, they had to blast out 4 of these tunnels out of the canyon walls. 2 on the Nevada side, 2 on the Arizona side.
The 1-hour tour took us through the dam tunnels and the generator room.
Now it looks like one big one, but right in the middle there, that's about 38 inches.
We learned the dam's history and rode one of the original elevators back to the top.
Enjoy the rest of your dam day.
That was a good damn tour.
What'd you get?
I got a damn sticker.
So we just stopped at the Lake Mead Visitor Center to get our National Park stamp. What happens if you hit the cactus?
Ouch! Touching a cactus.
While we're here at Lake Mead, there is a restaurant at the marina called the Boathouse. We're gonna go check it out and see if it's a potential place for us to have lunch. No harassing the ducks or fish.
What?
To have like a marina in this big lake in the middle of the desert. Like you forget you're in the desert when you're sitting on the marina. To cool off from our hot day at the dam, we headed to the air-conditioned casinos of the Las Vegas Strip.
Me and Harper are gonna be the videotapers.
So that is Mandalay Bay. That's gigantic. Look! It's dragon lizard fly thing.
Look, it's water, Harper. Look.
So this is Excalibur.
It's a castle.
Yep.
Is that a roller coaster? Is that supposed to be Coney Island?
It's supposed to be all New York stuff. See, there's the Statue of Liberty and Coney Island.
Hershey's Chocolate World.
Skechers! Is that a Coca-Cola? It's a giant Coca-Cola bottle!
Caesar salad.
Maybe you get a flamingo gift from a gift shop.
All right, hot tip we found on the internet. Treasure Island has oversized parking even if you're not staying at the hotel, and it's free. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
I've seen fail videos of those.
Oh, you've seen fail
where
videos?
people they lose the boat, so they have to jump up and catch onto it.
Yeah. So Jim and I stayed at the Venetian for our 10th anniversary, and here we are on our 20th anniversary with our kids. Our one splurge in Las Vegas was taking the kids on a gondola ride. It's gotten much pricier since we last went, so I rode with the kids and Jim saved us $40 by taking video instead.
People at like every time we went under the bridge, they'd be like,
So, was that worth it?
yes. Dinner!
I've never really considered Las Vegas to be kid-friendly, what with all the gambling, drinking, and risque night shows, but the kids loved walking through each themed casino and shopping in the stores. There are also tons of free shows and displays. Of course, we ended our first night by watching the fountains at the Bellagio. I know that Las Vegas is stupidly cheesy and a tourist trap, but after 7 weeks of living in the woods, we totally needed this. Okay, we're getting ready to go to the Strip again today because it's almost noon and our little camper, the air conditioner cannot keep up with the temperatures here. So we're gonna go where there are air-conditioned casinos.
So I really want to see the flamingos at the Flamingo, and I also really want to go to New York, because it looks really cool.
After parking at Treasure Island again, our first stop was the Flamingo Habitat. This 4-acre garden also houses fish, turtles, and other birds and is free to the public. After exploring the Paris Casino, Jim stopped to add more beers to his Untapped account, and the kids and I explored the M&M and Coca-Cola stores.
Put women on one of your bathroom doors and men on the other.
Does that like somebody popping a top? At New York, New York, each kid got $20 to spend in the arcade. On our way back to the truck, we visited the botanical gardens at the Bellagio. Our final stop was Caesar's Palace, where we watched the outdated but still charming Fall of Atlantis animatronic show. The next day, we traveled to the Grand Canyon, where we were greeted by some locals.
pretty.
So things are winding down, but we're at the Grand Canyon. We're at Grand Canyon National Park. We're staying here for 2 days. We are staying in the Trailer Village RV Park, which is very much like Fishing Bridge of Yellowstone in that it's run by the park. It's right inside the park. But because the Grand Canyon National Park is smaller than Yellowstone, it actually gives us really good access to the visitor center. Oh yeah, look at that. Look, you can even get an end spot right there. This is not what we are used to seeing a visitor center parking lot look like. Inside the visitor center, we got some tips for exploring the park from the rangers, then headed out to walk along the rim of the canyon. So this point is called Mather Point, and it is right behind the visitor center. So we're walking the rim trail, which is a paved trail that goes all along the rim of the canyon, super easily accessible. So it is 77 degrees here right now, and it feels heavenly after being in Las Vegas. Along the trail, you can stop at the Geology Museum to learn about the geological makeup of the canyon and stamp your national park passport. So this is very much like the Bryce Canyon Scenic Drive in that it's amazingly beautiful, but every stop looks very similar, so you don't really need to walk the whole rim trail if you don't want to. You can just pick a stop, stay there, and just look at the view. Oh, and then there's a lodge. The Verkamp family ran a general store in the Grand Canyon for over 100 years until they closed it in 2008 and the national park took it over. The Hopi House was built in 1904 as a market for Native American crafters. There are also 5 lodges in the Grand Canyon National Park. So this is the El Tovar Lodge. We enjoyed lunch at the Bright Angel Lodge. Our final stop for the day was the Lookout Studio. Not only does it have an amazing view, but there is a museum dedicated to the Cobb brothers, photographers who were the first to bring national attention to the beauty of the Grand Canyon. You have your bag?
My bag?
Your hiking bag.
Yes, the bag.
So Jim and I are headed out this morning, just the two of us, to hike the Bright Angel Trail. This is the first time we've done a hike, just the two of us without the kids, because most of the hikes that we would not take the kids on have been an hour or two drive from wherever we're staying in our campground, and we're just not comfortable leaving the kids for a few hours that far away from us. So fortunately here at the Grand Canyon, everything's really close, and so even though we are hiking alone, they're pretty close to us if we had to get back. There's lots of cell service here. James has his phone, so that's what we're doing. Every park has that one trail that if you go, you should hike, and Bright Angel Trail is that trail here. We're not taking the kids because it's a canyon trail, so it's easy to take them on a mountain trail because, you know, they're fresh and motivated in the beginning during the hard part, and then you just have to get them back down the hill. Canyon trails, you start with the easy part, so it's like, oh, it's fun, and then you have to hike back up the canyon, and this one gets really hot, and there's all sorts of warnings, so we just decided we would do it just the two of us. Our destination is... So this is the first full parking lot we've seen, but we did find a spot. So this trail was originally a mining access trail until it was turned into a tourist attraction by the Cobb brothers. The nice thing about this trail is you can do it as much of it as you want. You can walk down a couple minutes, walk back up. There are 3 rest houses. There's one at 1.5 miles, one at 3 miles, and then one at, I think, just a little over 5. My plan for today is just to go 1.5 miles down, because that gives us 1.5 miles to come back up. Jim's feeling more ambitious, but this is a dangerous trail if you overdo it. So you can take this trail all the way down to the river at the bottom of the canyon, but it is recommended that you do it in 2 days. And so rangers recommend that you get a wilderness permit, you hike down the first day, stay in the camp overnight, and hike up the second day, just because even though it's not that far of a distance, the heat makes it really dangerous. We made it to the 1.5 mile rest house, and now we're gonna head back up. Starting the switchbacks. Is dripping. When we get back, you should just like use the sprayer in the sink and just really rinse out the salt. Whew. We made it. Now that it's done, I'd say it wasn't that bad. When we were doing it, I was like, this is really hard. So we're an outdoor family, but I don't want to speak for Jim, but I am not an athlete. And so I am pretty proud of my mid-40s, mid-sized body that has been able to carry me over mountains and through canyons. And on all of these hikes that we've done this summer, I'm just thankful that we have been able to do it. And I'm glad we decided to do it now while we still can. Alright, so we've recovered from our morning hike, and so now we're heading east to go check out the Desert Tower, and then on the way back there's a couple of viewpoints that we can stop and look at if we want. We just have to keep an eye on the skies because the clouds are getting pretty dark. watchtower was constructed in 1932, and its design is influenced by the architecture of the ancestral Puebloan people of the Colorado Plateau. It is free and open to the public, but you must get a ticket to reduce crowding on the delicate structure. It also provides an amazing view of the canyon. Chicken forks? Yes, I see. Chicken forks. We stopped at the Tusayan ruins, but unfortunately the museum was closed due to lack of staff. That's a bummer.
Except today.
It's a cool building. The Tusayan ruin is a remnant of a small village of about 30 people who lived here 25 to 30 years in the late 1100s. I mean, it's cool to think that, like, people lived in these exact spots 1,000 years ago.